All right, it is time for another episode of the Money Shift podcast. This is episode number 33. Last week, I had Corey Sorrells on, who was one of the first contacts I made since I moved out here to Austin, Texas. And we're actually going to be working on some new YouTube content as I kind of get more embedded with the community here and build some awesome things in the Austin area. But today I am joined by two more Austin natives who were actually introduced to me by Corey. And these guys seem to really know all the things that are happening out here in Austin. And so I'm looking forward to deep diving with them on, what there is to do, where to go, who I need to meet, and also learning a little bit about their stories of being local Austin car guys and drifters. So let's go ahead and meet our guest today. We have got Luis and Abdul. And how you doing today, guys?
We're doing good, doing good.
Good. Doing good.
Yeah, thanks for joining me on relatively short notice. Corey was telling me, he's been helping me figure out some more content to do. He said I need to get in touch with you, Luis. And then you were like, well, we've got to get Abdul on. So I was like, hey, man, let's make it a party. So I'm glad this worked out.
Glad to be
Yes,
here.
sir.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. So I guess first things first, if you guys could give me a little intro into, what it is you're into. I know you guys both do drifting, maybe a little bit of a backstory. We can start with you, Luis, because I know you have limited time. But if
Okay.
you could give a quick introduction.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm Luis. I've been living most of my life here in Austin. So I started with the back in 2000, like 9, 10. I started with Honda Prelude. Had one of the first boosted Preludes in Austin, and Honda Prelude, and we were a big it was a big group which was called BB Alliance, and then after that I sold the cars, started my company, started doing a little concrete company, and so I had to sell all my toys and buy me trucks, and so I was out for like maybe like 8 to 10 years. I'm not sure yet, but something like that, out of the car scene. And then I came back in 2000 2002, no, 2022. I came back into the car scene and bought me my one of my dream cars, which was a 2013 Subaru WRX hatchback. And so when we started doing that, when I got that, I started building it, made it wide body. I mean, I made it. Me and my brother made it a different, different car, different build. Trying to do it different from everybody else, kind of like the old days from with the Hondas. And yeah, I mean, it just started.
Pull it up on screen so people can see your awesome build. This is seriously such a clean hatchback WRX. How long did it take you to build that?
So it took me a year, maybe like a year to do that, and that's when I got the Chaser. Start switching to the Chaser,
Mhm.
and that's my brother right there driving it. Just like showing it off.
Nice. Yeah, we'll talk about that Chaser here in just a little bit because, man, I love Chasers. So I'm going to have to hear about that. And then you said you got into drifting about a year ago, right?
Yeah. So the drifting scene, I was showing off my car in what was called the Super Lab Battle, which happens, it's not gonna happen this year, but so it was like 2 years ago. We actually went to the drift pad, and we got it right along. We all got hooked. It was four of us, and we got hooked into it, and we all decided to pitch in for IS 300, and that's how we met James from Dreamers of Drift, and then I met Abdul through night shift, because of the Subaru.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
so so yeah, that's how we start knowing each other. But yeah, once we built the car, we took it out there, and we messed up the first day, The car really didn't. We only did one turn, and the car never worked. I mean, it didn't work again for the rest of the day, and we took it home. It ended up being the EF5 fuse, and it was
Okay.
something so simple that we could have continued drifting that same day, but we didn't know anything about it.
Dang.
Yeah, and then after that, we went to the second event. We got the hang of it. Oh yeah, and before that, we ended up getting all of us end up getting sims just so we can simulators just so we can practice.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no replacement for seat time, and if you can't be out on the track all the time, sim's a good way to go. But I mean, just looking at this video of you drifting, 1 year of experience, it seems like you seem to be a bit of a natural.
Oh, so right here, it's we're still struggling. I mean, the car did so much well, but like we were still trying to dial it in comparing to an IS 300 and a 350Z, where those are the cars we have right now, and a G35. It's a little different. We're not used to boost. We are used to like NA.
Yeah.
So with this ones, if you fall off a boost, you kind of lose the drift a little bit.
Oh yeah, most
So
definitely.
yep. So once we got it down, we were drifting for the most part at the end.
Yeah. Nice. Well, yeah, I'll ask you a little bit more about your JZX 100 once you or before you go, but I do want to kick it over to Abdul real quick and get a little bit about your story.
What's up, guys? Night shift here. We started about a year and a half ago. You know, we started kind of where a period of time where the car scene was kind of dying out because of the takeover scene was
Mhm.
huge. It got so bad they had intersection closed. People getting hit by cars, the typical usual takeover stuff. So
Yeah.
the car scene, everybody that we're doing, car scene meets, car shows kind of died down, just stay low key, because at the time the cops were literally stopping everybody. If you had any Monte car, they're like, hey, you're doing takeover stuff. So, a lot of the car scene stuff died out. So when we came around, there was probably like one Tuesday meet still going on, and we decided to kind of, start our own thing. Just, I used to follow my cousin around, cupcake meets. And if anybody's local from Austin, cupcake meets were huge. The
Oh yeah.
shows, and yeah, cupcake meets were really got me tuned in to car shows and everything like that, man. I miss those guys for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, when we started, it was like a Wednesday, every other Wednesday, and our first flyer literally had maybe 20 likes and maybe 10 shares. And then, day of, I was like, the day before, I was like, man, I don't think anyone's gonna show up. It was very nerve wracking.
Mhm.
But then, like, the day of, we ended up having 60 cars show up. It was crazy, and some were fully built, some were just kind of built. And again, we wanted to just kind of create something where everyone is welcome. If it was like on your way to a future build or a completely maxed out build like Luis's WRX, we wanted everybody welcome. So, that first meet kind of just, we did pretty well. And then we kept continuing. And then as, each week went by, and more cars. And I mean, we got to a point where even now, when we do our 7-Eleven meets, it's like completely blocked out. Like there's like no space to like park any more cars, like
Mhm.
maybe an hour in. So,
Which I guess uh, is explains the name Night Shift Cars and Slurpees for.
yes, sir.
That's cool. And then you said that you had gotten sponsored by 7-Eleven. Tell me a little bit about how that went down.
Yeah. So, funny story how it all got started as well. My buddy worked at 7-Eleven where we started, and he was mentioning like, "Hey, I know you're part of the car scene, and I know because I have a S13 240 SX purple."
Nice.
And he was like, "I know you're part of the car scene or whatever. You think you can max this place out with cars?" And I was like, "Nah, you're joking, bro. Like, no way." And we slept on it the next day, and then I walked back over because I used to live right behind it. And he was like, I walked in, I was like, hey, if you're serious, I can make it happen literally overnight. and then that was the following up for that first meet. And then as we continued to grow, 7-Eleven kept an eye on us, and when we started tagging them, and they kept keeping an eye on us. And then one day they were like, "Hey, you know what?" They reached out. They're like, "We see what you're doing. You're helping us have growth in the store, outside the store, on the media." So, they reached out and they allowed us to, with us being sponsored by them, they allow us to use any 7-Eleven in the states of Texas for now. So, our goal is to definitely start reaching out to different cities and different states, and I know they do it in other states as well. So it's just an honor to be working with them
Yeah,
on that
that's
level.
really cool. I feel like 7-Eleven has really leaned into what I feel like kind of started with a social media uh like viral thing where people would just post their cars out front of 7-Eleven because it had this cool sort of retro vibe. And then I know
Oh,
that
yeah.
they released like some 7-Eleven or cars of 7-Eleven Hot Wheels and things like that.
Yes,
So I
sir.
love to see that they're really leaning into it. And do you still do the 7-Eleven meets every week?
Not as every week anymore because we're going more into like shows.
Mhm.
And with us trying to show everyone that we could do the meets every week, but then by the time we have a show, we don't want burning people out. We don't want them to be tired of the same cars or the same energy. So we're kind of
Mhm.
spacing out. Now we're gonna probably do once a month now, just until we get our show going. We've done 3 shows at this point. We done the RPM Fest. That one was pretty cool. Luis was in there. You had the WRX at the time, correct? That
Yeah,
was the
me, yeah.
parking garage. Okay. Yeah, we did that one, and we rented out a whole parking garage, and we had live artists, local artists perform. Um, we literally had a skate competition at the same time. We had the BMX guys jumping over cars. That event was really awesome. So we're leaning more into shows, so we kind of slow down on the meet, but we try to do them once a month now.
Mhm. Okay. Nice. And I assume this is your purple S13 right here?
Yes, sir. That is. Yeah, you can
Nice.
you can get the world self-taught paint DIY guy.
Nice. Hey, well, at least it's all one color now.
Oh, for sure.
Considering most S chassis are not so lucky to look so consistent.
Yeah, no, that was the goal when I was teaching myself how to paint. I was like, I just want the car one color, and I drift that car as well, along with Luis when we were at Dreams or Drift at the Austin Expo Center. So I've
Mhm.
done like 6 so far. I should be sliding this Saturday, so we should be good.
Nice. And that'll be here at the Sakura show, right?
Yeah, sure. That is the flyer right there. That's gonna be this Saturday, 1 to 6, and again we'll have stunt bikes, drifting, car shows, live music, and yeah, and then we also doing a little Easter hunt for the little ones that'll come out with their families. So
Yeah, that's nice. Cool. Well, I'm definitely going to be trying to make it and bringing my car out to show there. So I'm glad we connected because I was like, I got to find something to do this weekend. And here we are.
Yep.
yes, sir.
All right. So I do want to touch a little bit more on how you guys manage to like start your own events and maybe some tips for me because one of the things that I really want to do and I'm going to be documenting with Corey is starting a car club out here, turning that into maybe weekly or bi-weekly meetups, and then building that out to larger events. Seems like very much like what you're doing with the Sakura show.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, I really want to pick your brain on that. But I know we've got limited time with Luis, and so I wanted to circle back real quick and hear a little bit more about your Chaser. For those that are watching, that if you're not a big car person, you probably haven't seen very many of these around. These were really just like a JDM only car. You'll notice this one's left or right hand drive. There was different versions of it. There's the JZX 100, and there was like the Chaser and was it the Tourer V or something like that? I don't know all of my. I'm a Nissan guy, so I haven't committed all of the Toyota stuff to memory.
No.
But yeah, if you could tell me a little bit more about your car.
Yeah. So I ended up getting this car on a trade with the Subaru. It was a straight trade. I didn't want him to back out, so I gave him everything I had on the Subaru. Once he offered it to me, I went for it right away. So this car, technically, the way it is, that's how it was in Japan.
Okay.
Except for the seats, the what's it called, the hydro brake with the dual caliper. I mean, I installed all that. Let's see what else. The quick release. There's just little things that I have changed, and the angle kit. I added an angle kit to it as well.
Yeah.
A solid diff. There's just little things that I have added to it.
But this is how it came when it was imported from Japan.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
that's a
nice. So it's got
Japanese
the
built.
real JDM touch to it.
Yep.
I have to ask you about this cup holder. I've never seen a cup holder quite like this. Is it like connected to the roll bar,
So
the roll cage?
this is of what's it called, OEM. So a lot of chasers came with that cup
Oh,
holder
I've
right
never
there.
seen that before.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
So
really
the
cool.
cup holder is a little special touch that I like to keep there.
Hmm.
'Cause there was a point where I wanted to take it off, but I was like, nah, I want to keep it because it's part of the chaser uh, cars.
Yeah.
And so what I have right there, is the JZX 100 Chaser, which is the
Hmm.
car that you're looking for. The R154 transmission. So it's everything on it is OEM. Like this car was one of the ones that you actually people look for.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's
With
not
the
the
one year.
automatic.
Hmm.
Yep. Yeah, it's not the automatic. It's not the non-boosted one. I mean, it's the car that people look for. Just it's one of the rare ones. Not too many of them.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
People that are looking at getting into drifting, these are one of the best finds out there. And I feel like the S chassis have appreciated in price so much that they're out of range for a lot of people.
Oh
But
yeah.
these have been slept on for a long time, so you can still get them relatively cheap. I mean, it's still a 30-year-old Japanese car, but yeah, I mean, this is definitely one not to sleep on. What,
Yeah,
what, what
yeah.
would you say the value of it is in this condition with
So
everything surrounding?
one, this one is going from like 30 to to 30 to 40,000 on just because it's the actual Tour V.
Mhm.
Um, but you can get the cheaper versions like for like 10 to 13,000, 14,000, which is the
Oh,
automatics, the non what's it called, uh, boosted ones technically.
mhm. Yeah,
Yep.
with like the 2J non boosted and everything.
Yep. Yeah. Just so those we could get fairly cheap, and like I mean, still really good chassis. You just got to buy all the turbo parts and make it.
Yeah,
Just
manual
get
swap
any.
it.
Yep. So I
Yeah,
mean, besides that, I mean, they're really good cars.
yeah. Well, seems like you got lucky with that find. I mean, maybe you had more money into the Subaru than what this was worth, but honestly, like I'd drive this
Oh,
100%.
definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would always trade for a Chaser. Or, I mean, the other car that I was gonna trade for was what was it, a 90? I think it was 97. Um, it's called Skyline GTST.
Mhm.
Two door.
Woo!
Yeah, so that
Oh
was the
yeah.
other one that was offered to me, and I was gonna go pick it up in Oklahoma. But when they offered me the Chaser, I was like, yeah, I'm getting the Chaser.
Yeah, not a bad choice. I feel like you see more Skylines than Chasers right now, at least from what I've seen being out to car shows. So it's a little bit more unique.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of people don't know about them, but every
Mhm.
drifter out there knows what it is.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Awesome. Well, thanks for the quick rundown of the car. I can't wait to see it in person this weekend, hopefully. So
yeah, yeah. Hopefully you
yeah,
catch a ride along with me.
yeah, I'd love to.
Yep, yep. And
Yeah, my S14 is not set up for drifting, so it definitely will not be seeing the track. But I'm
oh yeah,
happy to go for a ride.
yes.
Nice. And you were about to say something. I cut
Oh
you off
yeah,
there.
no, no. I was just I mean, say that about the drift, my drifting I have, which is drifters under construction. I mean,
Mhm.
we got quite a few of the guys that drift there, and they're part of the team. And I mean, if y'all want to catch a ride along this weekend, I mean,
Mhm.
we're gonna be out there.
All right. I'll definitely take you up on that.
Yeah, and a lot of his guys on this team, they all drive well, man, incredible. So
Mhm.
I got right along with them as well. So all great drivers, all great cars, well put together. There's a good team, solid team.
Nice. I definitely look forward to it. So, quick background on my drifting history. I actually got into drifting in 2004. So,
Um,
been around it for a really long time. And then in 2007, when my daughter was born, I had to adjust my focus and never really got heavily back into it, even though I still follow it quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to now that I'm uh, out here in Austin and now my daughter is grown. I'm going to be hopefully relatively soon getting a car that I can take out and start drifting. And it's probably
Yeah.
honestly going to be like a C5 or C6 Corvette would be my ideal drift car.
Dude, those are getting super common. So that is a great choice. Good job, man.
oh yeah, yeah, it is.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
owner
Plus,
of Cam's facility, he drives one, and I don't know if you've seen the
mhm,
maroon one.
mhm.
Jesus, it's amazing. It's actually in that video that we just promoted the event about. That's his son driving the Corvette.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to get to know him and get some tips on how to properly set up a Corvette for drift.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I don't think it's going to take much. It's got the power out of the box. Probably just
Yep.
needs an angle kit and maybe a little stiffer suspension, and it's fine.
Yeah. I don't even think they have an ink kit on there yet. I think because we were there yesterday and he was saying I haven't even got an angle kit yet. So I think it's just straight out of the box angle kit. I mean, a
Mhm.
suspension and maybe some nice decent tires, and I think it should be good.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh,
All
nice.
right. Nice. Yeah. Seems like the way to go. Plus, I really want to preserve S chassis. They're becoming so rare. So,
Oh yeah.
um, I mean, I won't fault you too much for drifting your S chassis, but every time I see one, I'm just like, please don't crash it.
Oh no, no, no. I've been having that for 6 years now. So it was actually this is my third one, but it was my first car. I bought my first one from my cousin, and then my second one got towed when I was out of town, and this is my third one. So, you know, um, I've been drifting every time I had one. I drifted them. They're amazing cars. I had a G35 at one point. I also have a E46 that I don't drift as much just because I like the S chassis. It feels
Mhm.
too perfect.
Yeah, it's like they were engineered to drift, pretty much.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Now I want to ask you guys a little bit more about what you would recommend to me being new to Austin. Um, Maybe like where I should go for events, who I should connect with, and also any recommendations you have for me to when I'm looking at starting my own car club out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luis,
So
go first if you want.
go ahead.
I was just saying, Luis, you can go if you have anything to say.
Oh, actually, I just introduced to people that are into this technically that do the meetups.
Mhm.
Abdul or like Dreamers James from Dreamers of Drift. People like that, like just knowing them, they'll give you more of knowledge on it. Because I mean, I'm just I just drive the car there. I'm one of
Mhm.
those,
Yeah.
and so I'm not really.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I think you guys were saying when we were talking before we started that when you first started your clubs or getting involved, that the car scene out here wasn't all that great. You had mentioned, that the takeovers and things had really
Oh yeah,
affected the car culture.
yeah.
What do you think the state of it is right now? And do you think that like introducing another car club or more events, like it's really too saturated for that, or do you think there's room for more?
Um, and as of right now, where it stands, it's the development where it came from like a year and a half ago is it's way better. Like I mentioned before, it was just too oversaturated takeover activities. Anytime you had an event, they'll try to come ruin them. So right now, I think after that time period, people slow down. I think it is a great time to start more events because right now, like there's so many big groups that are doing the same thing that we're doing. If not, everybody's doing different things. We have the Cars and Coffee at the Coda. It's back now.
Mhm.
It's been gone for
Yep.
I want to say a year now. Again, like in that
Yep.
time period, everything stopped. So I mean, you have the other group called Driven. Those guys are really cool collective group. Luis hangs out with them
Not
pretty
my
often.
driven, different driven.
Yeah, different Driven. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you have we have a collab that we do with Nate Tater Nate. He's a really good guy. We do every Thursday Saturday we do a faith and fuel. So if there's anybody out there trying to do that's more their vibe, it's a car meet with like free food and an event every third Saturday. A little bit of faith involved, nothing crazy. There's that. There's Trilogy. They do every other Thursday. They're really good. They're younger guys. They're pretty really good group. Great turnout. A little bit Westlake area, so it's a little bit of drive, but they're still great turnouts. And then the list goes on. But I think to answer your question, I think it's a great time to start something. There's 10. I'm pretty sure you heard of 10. The
No, I
network.
haven't.
So 10
10.
is the exotic network. They're amazing. They're probably like the
Oh,
leading
yeah,
group.
I'm familiar with the Exotic Network. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like they're probably like the leading group in the exotic car scenes. Their scenes are their events are pretty well put together, amazing. If anybody's new to them, it's just TEIN. And they're an amazing group. They do exotic events, well put together, and definitely someone you should check out if you haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but I am co-owner of Paul Walker's Ferrari 360 Modena, and
No way.
that's part of what we do is in the like platform that we're building is offering automotive enthusiasts the ability to become co-owners of super rare cars. And the very first car that we've introduced on our platform is Paul Walker's Ferrari. So I'm looking forward
Wow.
to getting that out here. Currently, it's stored in Denver. And so when I get some garage space, we'll be bringing it out here. And I want to get connected in with the Exotic Network and be able to, go do some events with them with the Ferrari.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Another great place you should check out is the Petro Lounge. I don't know if you heard of them, but they are a exotic warehouse. But they also host events. We're gonna do a collab with them later this year. Um, and basically, it's a full warehouse where they store exotic cars and collectors, and you can keep your car there, and they'll wash it and maintain it. So it's a really cool place. Petro Lounge.
Nice. All right. I feel like I should be taking notes, but instead I'll just, I'll just be whipping out my note app when I meet up with you guys this weekend, hopefully.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Oh,
We got so many lists, and like I mentioned, it's not there's no such thing of being oversaturated with events here, because there's so many people here, man, and there's so many different groups among the
Mhm.
groups. We do the nighttime thing, and sometimes we do day events, but our biggest fan base is in the at nighttime. So
Yeah.
and then you have people that do only day events. So it's like like Exotic Network, Driven. So like everybody has their own different reach, and like
Mhm.
again, there's no such thing of having too many things to do. There's so many people here; they love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I love to hear that. What do you think? Where do you think there are opportunities to maybe do something different, or maybe even to provide value to the existing car clubs and events? Like, where do you think that there's like maybe some things that are lacking that could be improved?
um, uh, Joint scheduling. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No,
I mean, hey,
it's
maybe there's something to that. Yeah.
no, it's just. I mean, I think if there was like if there was an app where everybody can see other coexisting like organizations, or already like let's say if
Mhm.
I pick next year or this year on October 5th, and then you add it to like an app or something, and then whoever's all around the area that does a similar, events, they can be like, okay, night shift has that day. Let's not do anything that day.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
um,
Well,
something like that.
that's
That'd be
actually
cool.
exactly what we're building. We're working on a full set of features for people to discover meets and events in their area, for different car clubs to basically like confirm that they're going to go, so you can see which clubs are going to be attending, or individual, owners, be able to like manage attendance, monetize tickets, and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's kind of good to hear that you're seeing an opportunity for something that we're already building.
Right, exactly. And especially with whenever we're creating shows, I got to use like, Eventbrite and different like apps and different websites just to have everything coexist into one. So
Mhm.
meaning like, I had to monitor the tickets, registration, car registration, and if there was something that could help organize that factor, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
And plus, having something where everyone can keep track of what's happening, that's the biggest thing, because if you want to find events, you have to look through every different platform to find something. So for instance, like when we promote any of our shows, I'm using every platform, and if
Mhm.
there's an app where we can just use one and it just connects them all, that'd be great. But
Yeah. Yeah.
someone's
That's
dream.
a really good point. Mhm. Yeah, I find most of the time it's spread between Facebook and Instagram, and you have to kind of like go through and check all the different groups you're in and stuff to see what's going on. But
Exactly.
I think by unifying it, and then from there, once you create an event, you can then just automatically share it to Facebook or Instagram. So it'll get the distribution, but then funnel people back to the app to register
Exactly. Yep.
their attendance and things like that. So nice. And then as far as, because we really also focused on like monetizing these things, like everything from like monetizing you as a like a driver or a builder, all the way up to monetizing your car club, your meetups, and your events. Um, we want to make it so people can actually like fund their passion, and it's not, not everything is coming out of pocket, or you're not just breaking even. Um, but one of the things that we're introducing is a sponsorship management system too. So you can sell
Oh,
sponsorships, and then they'll get access to either the individual or the club to, um, submit like the sticker files, or, to put on the cars, or
right.
to
Right.
request content to fulfill the obligations as, providing the sponsorship. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool to even connect with like not only you guys, but other people that have car clubs and host events regularly in the
Yeah.
area, to get an idea of their pain points and say like, let's come up with like the ideal unified experience that we can all use. And
Right.
the cool part about that is, if we can get so all the clubs and all the events in Austin are using um, the same application, we could easily take that to other cities. We can, expand to Houston or Dallas, and then expand to
Exactly.
Denver and all of that stuff. So that's really what we're aiming to do. And honestly, the one of the main reasons I chose to move to Austin, because I moved out here from Reno, Nevada, and I don't know if you guys know anything about the car culture there, but it's mostly hot rods and muscle cars, and the audience is primarily guys in their 50s and 60s. So not
Yeah.
really, not really where car culture is going to be thriving moving forward.
Exactly.
So
My kind
Exactly.
of people.
Yeah.
My exact.
hey, I mean, no hate on boomers who love their muscle cars. I think that they're amazing, but our generation, we like the imports. We like JDM. We like drifting, and we are also much more technologically inclined. So there's a lot more opportunity to progress the car culture, I think, here in some place like Austin.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I mean, and I agree with you. Like the American Muscle Class classics are kind of gonna be on forever, but they don't move anywhere forward. They stay on their little plateau, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, those will be making their way to museums soon, and that's totally fine. That's where they
Yeah.
belong. Yeah.
But all right, I got to go. But
All right. Thanks, Luis. I
So
appreciate
Luis,
you jumping in.
yeah. Well,
I'll
thank
see you
y'all, and
Saturday, boss.
all right, see you Saturday, and you know one thing, thank y'all, and thank Jesus Christ always. But all right,
All right.
Yes,
thank you.
Cheers to
sir.
that.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Well, yeah, I think we'll definitely be connecting with Luis on the weekend, but curious if you've got any other tips. Like, as you said, when you started your car club, um, it took off quicker than you expected. You got more people involved. Was there anything that, looking back at it, that you felt you inadvertently like struck gold with, and anything that you would recommend, not doing or avoiding?
I think when we first started, we definitely kept everybody really involved. So when we came, meaning that when we had our meets, we did like, small little trophies, like best build at the meets, or we did like, we did the limbo contest where it's the lowest car. Like we definitely had like interactive like activities. So, and then we even did like the best crowd choice. So we had the crowd all get together and pick the best car there. So
Mhm.
very, I would say, if you want to get started, the best tip was timing and location and just keeping involved with the community, and like
Mhm.
always post, always ask them what day time works best for them, and that helped us a lot. Everybody was like, there's nothing on the weekdays, so we did Thursday, you know and then there was like the weekend stuff, but it wasn't as popular. So
Mhm. Okay, so you think the weekday meets are going to be a better option than weekends?
yes, well, in the beginning, yes, but now the weekends is better, because in the beginning there was nothing going on, and now that everybody's familiar with night shift, now everybody wants on the weekend on their day off.
Mhm.
So before, everybody was like, "Oh, I can come after work," because it was our timing was 6 to almost 11 o'clock. So it was a long gap, but it was perfect timing. Everybody had free time after work, and they came and hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, I like what you said about really focusing on engagement and getting everybody who attends involved in,
Oh
like,
yeah,
maybe choosing the time location that works best for the most amount of people, but also getting them to like vote for, like crowd choice or crowd favorite, whatever it
exactly.
is. I
Yeah.
think that's really cool. Um, and let's see. I think, while we're still in the process of building this app to manage all of these events, uh, would you currently say Facebook or Instagram is the top place to try and, get people indoor?
I'm gonna say in this order: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. and I
Okay.
and, I, and this is from self experience. Instagram has the biggest pool, meaning that like everyone's very active. So out of our almost 9K people followers, we have 4K actively following everything we do. So people are constantly watching every post, every
Mm.
interaction, everything like that. And then I would say TikTok next, because I'm new to it. I'm not new to it. I just been trying to avoid it for the longest. I don't want
Yeah,
to.
I don't
I don't
blame you.
want to pick up. I don't want to pick up doom scrolling. So I
Mhm.
I've luck to got to that yet. But since we got TikTok, we're getting different reaches, and that's one thing that I'm noticing with TikTok. Every app platform has its own reach. Like, and we also have, and lastly, Facebook. Facebook has a little bit more older demographic, and which is totally fine, because it's more families, more people that been in the car scene for the longest, and those are the typical people I like to bring in, because they have that small shop that has some crazy custom build. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then and they have like the classic cars or something, an older Lamborghini that I haven't seen since I was a kid, a little toy car. So um,
Yeah, nice. And then on Instagram, do you guys use the community feature?
community feature, what do you mean?
Yeah, there's I forget what they call it. I actually don't use it, but I'm going to be experimenting with it. There's what do they? call it? Hold on, I'm gonna have to look it up real quick because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
in
yeah.
some, but I don't use it myself. You know what I'm talking about, though?
I maybe I want to say maybe because I try to use everything they offer on there since our account is a business account. So they usually give us tips and bits, like tips and tricks about like,
Mhm.
hey, do this more often, do this more often, post this more often. And that's one thing I can give you advice on whenever you get to making your page. Make it a business account because it's going to give you your most peak time. Like, hey, your most engagement when you're having your Instagram page will be at this time and this time
Mhm.
and that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good advice. We do have the Driven Labo Instagram account, but it's more focused on our business and stuff. So we'll probably be starting one specifically for our car club.
Oh,
But
look, someone messaged here. They said it's on the Instagram Messenger. Maybe I don't have that. That's probably why.
yeah, I was just pulling it up. So like I'm in the go away notification. I'm in the race service group. They've got
Yeah.
3,000 members, and it's basically like a feed. I don't know if you can see it, like a
Okay.
feed
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that they manage. So I'm going to be checking out how to make the most out of using that to organize people.
Oh yeah. That seems like that's something I haven't got into yet, but maybe I should do the same. That looks
Mhm.
pretty useful. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like one of our community members, Fix It Phil, said we can help you figure it out. Man, Fix It
Hey.
Phil, he's become a good friend, and he has a shop out in Wyoming, builds custom cars and does auto body and stuff.
Oh,
And so I
nice.
feel like he always has the answer when I'm like, "Is there a solution for this?" He's like, "Oh yeah, check this out."
Hey, he has the. It's in his name. He can fix it. You know what I mean?
Yep, that is for sure. But yeah, there's been a lot of really great insights that you guys have provided. Is there anything else that we didn't touch on that uh, might be worth mentioning before we close up?
um, Nothing. I mean, I would say maybe the last thing is look forward to all the pages that we mentioned, and look at and make sure you put the notifications on the bells and keep an eye out for a lot of events. I mean, we have like 9 events for this year, so and
Mhm.
they're all posted on the page. So and if you want to be more engaged and more active, and just hit the notification in all the pages. And I mean, that's the crazy part of what I mentioned earlier. There's so much going on now
Mhm.
and just in a year and a half time, before it was nothing. Like you can be going through the week and a weekday and be like, man, I want to do something, but there's nothing. So now there's just so much going on. It's crazy.
Nice. So I'm excited to hear that because yeah, I definitely want to get out to as many of these events as possible and start producing my own. I
Yeah.
guess last thing I wanted to share. We usually go a little bit more in depth on this in all of our podcasts, but I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure we had enough time to talk to our guests. But we have the Daily Driven newsletter goes out every Friday morning.
Oh, sweet.
Um, and one of the things I'm thinking about doing as I get more connected here in Austin is um, doing a spin-off newsletter where we will have a weekly list of all of the events that are going on. And then members of the different clubs can submit stories or features of cars. So it becomes kind of like a community run newsletter. So
Yeah.
people can sign up and know about everything that's going on in the local car culture. So I'll give you a quick rundown,
Yeah.
and I would love to have you subscribe. And anybody who's listening, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. That's at Driven Culture, drvnculture.xyz. Um, and we're partnered with Rev Hard Motors out of Denver. They've been importing cars from Japan for over 10 years. So we always feature one of the cars that they have available. This week we feature a lesser known Honda, the Accord Euro R. So
Okay.
for
Yeah. I've
people
been
that,
there.
yeah, people that love their Hondas, are okay with front wheel drive and need 4 doors. This is a really sweet car that you don't see very many of at all. So this was our feature this week. And we also go through some like I'm really into philosophy, and so I like to add like a little bit of kind of, how do I say, a little pick me up in every in every issue that uses automotive metaphors. So that's the Buster's based
That's awesome.
meditations.
Yeah,
And then we
we
do
that with the
news.
Faith and Feel.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I'm really going to love that. So definitely in line with my values. And then we do hot headlines, so motorsport news, gaming, automotive Web3. So this is companies that are kind of at that cutting edge of blockchain and car culture.
Nice.
And then end it with culture. So this week we featured the new teaser from the Drifter movie, which I'm sure everybody who's into drifting is very excited for this movie to come out, and is sort of being billed as the spiritual successor to Tokyo Drift. So
we have
can't
something
wait.
with those guys, so stay tuned. I can't say
Really?
anything. Yeah.
All right.
So
well, you can spill the beans on the weekend, right? Not when we're live.
Maybe. I don't want to say anything and we get shot in the foot, you know.
Okay. All right. Fair
No,
enough.
but no, it's really big with those guys, and we went to Dallas to go meet them, and hopefully everything comes to finalize within a couple months here, and we can have something big here for Austin. Like, it'll be big.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, yeah, color me intrigued, and get me involved any way you possibly can.
oh, for sure. I like everything how you have your hands in, and it's very organized. Like, like community, like Blackboard kind of thing you're creating is amazing.
Mhm.
And that's what people need. A big one-stop flyer or newspaper, like you said, where they can see all the events, they can see what's happening. I love what you're doing here. It's amazing.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So that's the idea is, with the newsletter, we get people in, it's, considered top of the funnel. So they're just getting information, getting entertainment. And soon with this Austin spinoff of the newsletter, they can get their weekly digest of everything that's going on. And then from there, that gets them into the app where they can do so much more. So that's what we're building.
Oh yeah, I'm stoked for the app, man. And especially I think if you go about it, the biggest thing is like ask like current organizers and get their feedback, and then you can entwine that feedback with the app. I think your app will be golden.
Yeah, that's definitely what I want to do. So, but yeah, so that's the latest issue of the Daily Driven newsletter. Again, just did a really quick run through it. It's issue number 115, and we've got 116 coming out this Friday. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're not yet subscribed, please do that. I put a lot of time and effort into these each week, and so I want to make sure lots of people see it.
Oh yeah, no. Whenever you get a chance to send the links, we'll share all over our page, and our usual story feed. It's like 2,500, so so we'll definitely have a lot of eyes on it whenever we get it out there.
Awesome. Yeah, I would really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, definitely. We try to do our best to help out anybody local, and that's for the community. That's another thing why we do. We have events with the Lowe's events, and we've done give backs. We've done back to schools. We've done so many community events. So those are coming out soon. So in May we have 2 events for that.
Awesome. Well, sounds like I'm going to have no shortage of things to do now that I'm out here, and I feel like I've been connected with the right people. So I really appreciate you. I know it was super last minute. Like you got messaged like a couple hours ago about jumping on this.
Literally, yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, but thanks, man. I really appreciate you coming on, and I look forward to meeting you in person this weekend.
Yes, sir. We'll see you Saturday.
All right, cool. Cheers. Talk to you later.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
All right.